Namaste, friends. I'm Pavitra Srinivasan. I'm going to read to you the stories and glories of Bhagavan Krishna from the beautiful book Srimad Bhagavatam, written by Kamala Subramaniam. Chapter 1. Naimisharanya. He was walking fast towards the southern slopes of the Himavan. He was alone. He scanned the distance and discerned the thin spiral of smoke snaking its way to the skies. The spot was not far away. His footsteps were now faster, and soon he arrived at a cluster of thatched roofs. He had arrived at Naimisharanya. When they saw him, a number of rishis stood up and welcomed him gladly. They offered arghya and padya. Making sure that he was feeling fresh after his long trek, they spoke to him in humble tones. Shaunaka, the leader of the group, stood with folded palms and said, "Our hermitage is honored by the visit of the great Ugrashrava, the son of Romaharshana. Vyasa was your father's guru, and from that great seer, Vyasa, your father has learnt all the Puranas. As for you, you are famed as the Sutta Pauranika, and we are all eager to sit at your feet and listen to the many stories which you know so well. Please recount all of them to us." Sutta smiled at them and said, "I heard that you were set on performing the Brahmasatra, a yajna which should last for 1,000 years. Dwapara, the third quarter of time, has passed and Kali has set in. With the advent of Kali, the earth has become the home of adharma, of untruth, of injustice, and all the many sins which are the attendants of Kali. This holy spot, I know, cannot be touched by Kali, and I came here. Tell me what I can do for you, and I will do my best to please you." "It is the state of the earth ridden with Kali that has made us dread the future," said Shaunaka. "Man is no longer assured of his 100 years of life. Diseases rob him of his youth, and his death is premature. His physical well-being is threatened by many ills. His mind is clouded by Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, and Matsarya, the 6 arch enemies of man. These in their turn are attended by smaller evils. Man's intellect is clouded by ignorance. If he has to emerge out of this illusion called Maya, if he has to save his soul from this sinful life on earth, he will have to study the Dharma Shastras, the Purana, the Vedas. But the man of today has neither the time nor the inclination to study what is good for him. Please, therefore, let us know about a single kavya, a single great work, a single poem, studying which man can become pure and good and be freed from the bondage of karma." Krishna, the incarnation of Lord Narayana, was on the earth during Dwapara. He left us and went away, and with him went dharma, righteousness. People are groping in the darkness called ignorance. It is up to you, my Lord, to tell us where dharma has found refuge after the disappearance of Krishna. Ugrashrava was pleased with their question. He smiled at them and said, "I will tell you where righteousness has found refuge after Krishna left the earth. The sun has risen, the sun which will dispel the inner darkness in the mind of man during the sinful Kali Yuga. That sun is the great Bhagavata Purana, composed by the seer Veda Vyasa. The Bhagavata tells you the story of the Lord and the many avatars he took to establish dharma on the earth. He is the infinite, the incomprehensible, not bound by anything, not by the chain of cause and effect which makes the ordinary man live through Janma after Janma in an endless cycle. He is beyond all this, but man is not good enough or great enough to realize him. He can see only through human eyes, perceive only through the senses, and grasp things only through the human intellect. We approach him with the eyes of man born of woman. We ascribe to him qualities which we have and try to gauge him by our standards. Knowing all this, the Lord, in his infinite kindness, has in the past assumed forms of living beings so that we could see him. Through these descents into the world of men, the Lord has helped man again and again. He has established dharma whenever there was threat of its being eclipsed. Contemplating on the Absolute will not be possible for man today, ridden as he is by besetting sins. But even the worst sinner can be saved if he listens to the stories of the Lord, his many avatars. The Bhagavata is just that. The path to the Lord is devotion, the Bhakti Marga. It is Bhakti which we see as the golden thread running through all the avatars. The Bhagavata is string of beads which, like a japamala, helps you to realize the Lord and reach him. Vyasa composed this Puranas as his last contribution for the good of the world. I will tell you how it came about.